you later.
I am on my way to Port Charlotte. Long drive from Tampa. I live near Steinbrenner for reference, so I'm planning on about a 90-minute drive. That would be good. Like, I hope it's 90 minutes, but it's probably it's probably going to be more. Although I'll say I usually think that the drive back is actually more painful. I don't really know why though. I gotta stop saying I'm so sorry. But before I go, I probably should stop at Target. Maybe. Actually, do I need to stop at Target? I might just go through a drive-through for some coffee. Yeah. Or an energy drink. What was I going into Target for? Initially, when I was like getting ready, I was like, oh, and I'll stop by Target. I think I wanted to get some shorts, but it's okay. I'll be fine. So yeah, journey along with me as we head down to Port Charlotte. Now, I'm hands-free. Don't tell the police or tell the police. I don't think I'm breaking the law. Okay, unfortunately, I just clocked the ETA and it is closer to 2 hours to get to Port Charlotte today. I've been going to Full Squad for many years at this point, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure since it's during the week, my parents had to take me out of school. I'm like friends with teachers on Facebook that I had as an elementary kid, and a lot of them will be like, oh, I remember when your mom would take you out of school all the time. Like, oh, right, for Rays games. I don't recommend. I think you should go to school, but also I turned out okay, so like do with that what you will. So I've been going to Full Squad workouts for a very long time, since I was a kid, and I remember, well, I have a few memories. I remember David DeJesus roasting me because I'm not someone, so I'm gonna go down there today, and I'm not going to ask for autographs or pictures or anything like that. I just like to be there and see the sights and the smells and the things. I like seeing the guys and getting some content and things like that, but I'm not a autograph getter, picture getter, and I built up the courage to ask David DeJesus for a photo because the opportunity presented itself, and I said pick, and he roasted me, and I'll never forget that. Okay, so traffic wasn't terrible. It wasn't great either. It took me about 2 hours to get here. I just parked, and I have to say, I think there's less people here than there were last year, just judging by the parking lot, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So I'm going to pack my bag, which really doesn't have anything in it, and we're gonna go out there. I'm wondering if I should put on this Rays hat. It's so gross. This is like my throw on hat when, I don't know, I just feel like I need a hat, but it's very gross. So if you get behind me or something, if you see me in this hat, just know, I know that it's gross. Maybe I should wash it or something. All right, more people are pulling in, which is nice, but let's go see the boys. I'm so excited. Okay, sorry, that's annoying, but I don't care. Fan hosts kind of scare me, and I mean that in a nice way. I just don't ever want to break the rules, you know, and I don't want them to yell at me. That's my own personal problem. Okay, so I am back from Full Squad workouts. It was a beautiful day. It is almost always a beautiful day on first day of full squad workouts. I feel like that's God. That's God at work. You guys can have your thoughts on the Rays this year. I tend to believe that competition will bring out the best in them, but everyone looks amazing. Everyone needs to drop their off-season workout, meal prep, everything that they did, their routine, because, okay, we're going to start off with not a surprise, but Yandy looked so good. Obviously, has he always had muscles? Yes, but he just also looked so toned, fit, and ready. I saw him fielding drills with Trey Morgan, and I feel like normally, I'm going to be honest, I love Yandy. Yandy is my favorite player on the Tampa Bay Rays, bar none. And I usually cringe or I get nervous when I see my man run because, you know, he's not supposed to be the speedster on the team, right? But I'm watching him field these drills and he looked good. Like I wasn't, like I normally am, kind of, you know, nervous. Now I know he's an athlete and I'm not trying to take away from that, but Yandy's a bigger guy. We all know that. He's a power hitter. That's his role to me on the team. And he's even talked about how obviously going into this season, being a DH is going to be the priority, where they're probably going to play him, especially with Jonathan coming off such a breakout season. But even just watching him still get the reps in at first was nice to see. Another interesting thing, I know it has been reported, but Richie Palacios was taking some reps at third base to add another position into his arsenal. There's a lot of competition on this team. There are a lot of positions, well, not a lot of positions, and a lot of players available who are trying to take up those spots. Now, third base is not one of those positions, obviously, because Junior Caminero exists. We'll get to him in a second. But having that in his arsenal as an option for him on a Cammy day off, or however that looks, just giving him that nod if it's needed only helps him and helps the team. He looks great too. I mean, he's one of those players though who could probably play anywhere. He's very athletic and is nimble the right word? I'm not sure, but he looked good at third. Other players that looked really good. Jonathan Aranda, I know it had been reported, but he was in the lab working hard too. He looks to be in great shape and just super focused. I mean, everyone had a job to do today, but every time I looked at Aranda, he was on a field taking a drill, hitting a ball. I mean, he's just locked in. He's not in a mean way, but he's not talking to anyone. He's not stopping to chat. He's got a mission to complete, and I love that for him. So it was good to see Jonathan Aranda, another Johnny that looks very great, Jonathan DeLuca. Now, I know that I'm a big fan of JDL. I want him to be in the outfield, either corner, center field, I don't care. As long as he's in the outfield, I'm happy. And I know that I'm not the minority, but there are just so many players right now with Cedric Mullins, and they have Fraley, and they have Valade, and like there are so many. Chandler Simpson, I can go on and on. He looked great. All of it to say he looks great. And if that can translate looking great to playing great and playing 100 games for the Tampa Bay Rays, that would be spectacular. I didn't actually get to I didn't see too much of the pitchers today. They were on the field behind me, and I was just so focused on there was a huge roster churn, right? And so I'm seeing these players for the first time and just taking them all in. So I saw Pep from a distance. I know they threw bullpens yesterday, so they were a little bit more on the fielding side of things. Here's my favorite interaction of the day. Yandy was switching from fields, and Cash goes, "They have got the cart for you. Yandy, don't go. They're going to drive you," like giving him a hard time. He was already halfway to the next field, but you can just tell that they always will give Yandy Diaz some crap, and I love it so much. He's my favorite player. He makes baseball to me just what it's supposed to be. He's just had such an incredible journey to get to MLB and to get to where he is now, and he's just so fun and humble and kind of shy and easy to pick on, and I love that about him. Neander was out there in his signature bucket hat talking to Cash. I don't know, this feels like a really... Now, I'm not saying that they're going to shock the world and, but there's some competitiveness out there. There are some really good players that the Rays have that either need some sort of channel to show it or breakout to have, and I'm excited for that. So I'm actually going to go eat. I'm starving. I did not eat breakfast. Traffic was too bad, and I was like, I'm not going to stop to get coffee. It's a me problem, first world problem. But I am hungry now, and it is lunchtime. Funny enough, there are two older gentlemen in front of me. I'm still at the field, and they pull out like foldable chairs, and they're eating their lunch in the back of their car and kind of looking at me. I don't know if they can really see me, but I had to film this anyway. Okay, I got to get over it. So I'm going to go to one of the places I had asked on Twitter. I was like, does anyone have any recommendations? Because I feel like when I come down here, I strike out. I also go directly to the ballpark. I don't really explore. My bad. We have been to Twisted Fork, probably not my parents' favorite because there's always like a concert or something going on and it's just a lot, it's overwhelming. But I fielded a bunch of, or I asked for suggestions, and oh my God, did you guys show up? So I'm probably going to make a graphic or something to like compile all of those because the first game is Saturday. I want to post that probably on Twitter, but I'm going to go try one of them out. It's a barbecue place called Dub's Barbecue. It's about 12 minutes from the ballpark, and I looked up their menu and they have burnt ends, which I love. So we're going to go try it, and then hopefully the journey back to Tampa isn't that bad. I already see it's going to take me about 2 hours, but what's a girl going to do? But anyway, all right, let's go eat. Not that I thought that you guys would lead me astray, but we have pork belly, burnt ends, fried rice, and I got a side of okra because if you know me, I love okra so much. It's going to have to go home with me because who eats that much okra? But anyway, thank you. Another sweet soup. Wow, I'm killing it. Okay, I just made it back from Port Charlotte. For reference, I left at 8 this morning, just after 8. I didn't arrive until 10, and I didn't make any stops on the way there. There was some traffic, obviously, and then I did make a stop on the way back. I stopped at the Skyway rest area, which, by the way, not to be weird, one of the nicer rest areas that I've ever been to, where the fishing pier is. And so I just got back at 3:30. So 8 to 3:30. It's an all-day event. I watched all of the workout, so I got there at 10, and the workout pretty much ends right at noon. So yeah, that's the journey from Tampa. On Sunday, I am going to the Rays spring training game in Bradenton. I don't think I'm gonna make it back to Port Charlotte. I normally go to the home opener at Charlotte Sports Park. My family can't go, and the drive wipes me out. I mean, I've been gone since 8 a.m. and I only stayed for a 2-hour workout. So, I mean, the games are around that long now anyway. But I got Charlotte out of my system for 2026. I will go to Bradenton on Sunday, and I'm very excited to see Bilal, Jake, and Monty. So I will probably do a recap on that as well. I do like Lecom Park. I've been there many times because that's like the next closest park for me, at least growing up, and even now. I have to look at the schedule. I want to get out to more spring training games that are up this way, but I think my options are pretty limited with home or away games on the weekends because I can't go during the week. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of PTO. I have to look into that, and then hopefully I can get some more content, maybe go to Clearwater, Dunedin. I joked that I wasn't going to go, but I think I will go to the Yankees-Rays game at Steinbrenner. It's going to be very weird because it's no longer our temporary home, and it's going to be back to Yankee stuff. So I hope you enjoyed Full Squad. I hope that you can go if you're on the fence about it. I know it's during the week, so that's not super useful for a lot of people who work. I use PTO to go, but it's a great opportunity for kids, even if you want to pull them out of school, and it's just memorable. You get to see the players way up close and personal. You can get autographs, pictures, the whole thing. So it is a cool experience, and you just kind of get to see kind of what their not what their workout is, but their workflow is. So I highly recommend if you haven't been. It is always a good day. Minus the drive, it is still a very good day. So I will see you after the spring training game that I'm going to. Bye.
I'm back.